Okay, so good to have you guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about what we call string operations. Right, so these are operations that you can perform on a string. So what is a string? It's any character that is surrounded by quotation marks. Okay, so let's get into the first operation. The first operation that you can do on strings is what we call concatenation, right? This is a pretty long word. It's computer terminology. So what is concatenation? Concatenation is just joining two strings together. So how are you going to achieve that in Python? We use the plus sign to join two strings. So let's say I have two strings. The first one is 2. All right, and then the second one is, I'm going to put a plus sign. That's how we join the two strings. Okay, so the second one is strings. Okay, so this is two strings. So if I'm to run this, you see down here I have a concatenated string which says two strings. Okay, so if I want spaces between, I can put the space at the end of the first one or the end of the first string and run these. And down here you see I have an extra space here. If I can also put a space at the beginning of the second string, and it's still going to give me the same result, two strings, just like this. So this is what we call concatenation. However, let's say I have a number here. Let me put 2 here. Python does not allow you to join a string and a number. Okay, so let me try this. You see it raise an error. So can only concatenate string, not int, to string. Okay, so you cannot concatenate an int to a string or a string to an int. You can only concatenate a string to a string. Okay, so let's go and try and answer that question. Right, about concatenation. So this is the question about concatenation. Fill in the blanks to produce Python rocks. So down here we have two strings, Python plus rocks. So we're joining Python and rocks, so you're gonna get Python rocks. So as you can see, guys, up here they put in a space at the end of the first string, so Python rocks. Okay, so check it out, and then you see this is the correct answer. All right, let's get on to the second part. Although we cannot add or we cannot join a string and an integer, we can actually multiply them. Okay, so we can actually multiply a string and an integer. Though we cannot divide, we cannot perform any of those arithmetic operations apart from multiplying. Okay, so we can actually multiply a string and an integer. So let's see this at work. If I save this and run this, you see I have a 2 here. Okay, this by this operation I told Python to give me 2 2s. Okay, so I can go on to multiply this by 5, and then I'll get the string 2 multiply 5 times. So 1 2 3 4 5. If for some reason I want spaces between these, I could actually put a space and then run this. You see down here I have 2 2 2 2 2 5 times, repeated 5 times. So this is telling Python to repeat the given string the number of times that you would have specified here. Okay, so this is what you can also do with a string and an integer. Okay, so let's get back and try and answer the question that follows. So this is what they're saying here. Let's try and answer this question. So what is the output of this code? Print 3 by 7, but the 7 is actually a string. Okay, this 7 is actually a string because it's surrounded by quotation marks. Like I said, anything that is surrounded by quotation marks, it's a string. So I can actually change, let's say a 10 here inside here and saying run this. You see it's not giving me a 50, but rather it's giving me 10 repeated 5 times, like 10 10 10 10 10. Why? Because the first one is a string. Okay, so let's try and answer this one. So what's the output of this code? 7 repeated 3 times, so we're going to have 7 7 7, just like that. If I check this out, boom, you see this is the correct answer. All right, so I want to thank you guys for your time. Next lesson we're going to complete the module 2 quiz, and then this will bring an end to our second module. All right, thank you for your time. I'll see you in our next video. Bye bye.